Hi everybody, Brian from Steeda, spotlighting the 3-inch stainless works catback exhaust system for 2018 and later Mustang V8 models. This thing sounds awesome. Stainless Works has been around for a long time, and that's with good reason, because they bring a lot of quality to their exhaust systems and anything they produce for, well, the Mustang, of course, as far as we're concerned. And the reality is that's two main components. When we look at an exhaust, we really want to make sure that it offers performance, that you're gaining some horsepower. And it's a bit of a challenge today because of how effective exhausts are from the factory. Well, this particular exhaust is offered in a 3-inch setup, so we already know it's going to flow. The other thing that's important to all of us enthusiasts, how this thing sounds. And let me tell you now, this thing sounds amazing. We're going to touch a little bit more on this in a little bit, but back to the construction. It's made of T304 stainless steel and 3-inch diameter throughout. They set it up so that you can order this basically a la carte. So you can design the exhaust for your car specifically. It will mate up to either Stainless Works headers, like what we're running on our number 20 car. Again, we have a lot of experience with Stainless Works and love their products. Or for the factory exhaust manifolds, like what Rod has done on his car. You have that 3-inch all the way through. It's mandrel bent, so this means that there's no shorter sections or narrower sections through the bends. It's very important because you never want to reduce exhaust flow, especially in a high-performing car, high RPM breathing, 5-liter Coyote, specifically the Gen 3s. So again, this is really important to have that great flow. Their muffler design is a chambered design. If you look down the center of this thing, you'll see chambers to the tubes that go through. So it's straight through. Those chambers are designed to kind of catch air a little bit and manipulate the flow so that it cuts down that drone. So even on the highway, and again, Rod commutes 52 miles each way every day. So he, again, is gonna want something that sounds good. But again, more on that in just a minute. The reality is that you've got a well-constructed muffler that cuts down some of that noise. One of the cool things is you can configure this exhaust the way that you want to. You can choose an X pipe or an H pipe. So if you want a little bit more of that raspy sound, go with the X pipe. If you want a little bit more of that deeper muscle car sound, go with the H pipe. Still 3-inch all the way back. Then the other options are an active muffler or a standard muffler. So if your car is equipped with the active exhaust, you can retain that but utilize it on this Stainless Works unit. That's really cool. So it is genuinely built to suit you and your car and your taste preference. Now let's talk a little bit more about Rod. We alluded to his commute. Rod is the proud owner, or was the proud owner, of that yellow 2015 car that we highlighted in our top 5 mods. And one of the reasons we highlighted that is because I had the opportunity to ride with Rod a number of times as we were developing products, and that car sounded amazing. So this car had a ton to live up to because, well, this is Rod's new Q500. And we're just wrapping up the build, so we apologize. No tag on the back of it just yet for the Q500 or serialization, but that's coming. Again, that'll be another video. But the exhaust, the sound of this thing, well, you know what? Let's take a ride with Rod and let's have him tell you a little bit about what he was looking at.
Hey, thanks, Brian. You know, my new Q500 Steeda Mustang is really a joy to drive. Even on the interstate, I can just be cruising along and it's super comfortable. It's nice, it's smooth, but it's got plenty of power. And when I need to just give it a little gas to get around traffic, it's absolutely no problem. It is equipped with features like the automatic rev matching. So when you downshift, it automatically brings up the RPMs so that you have a smooth engagement to the next gear. I just went from 6th to 5th, to 4th, 3rd, second. So we get down to the speed limit here of 15 miles an hour. And down to first. And with the new Stainless Works exhaust, it's got a great sound, but absolutely no drone when I'm cruising on the highway. And as Brian was saying, my daily commute is 102 miles. So I really load up the miles on my Mustangs, and I really enjoy them. We'll go ahead and do a little run up here as I merge into traffic so you can see how it sounds. Okay, and that's about all the pavement I've got. But it really sounds great inside the car, outside the car. I just love this Stainless Works exhaust system. I've had over 30 Mustangs in my life. Currently I own 4 of them, 2 S550s and a pair of 94 Cobras. And all those exhaust systems that I buy in the last 5 years have all been Stainless Works. We sell over 100 different catbacks on our website, and I've heard probably half of them in person. The Stainless Works is the one I choose. The quality, the fit, the finish, and the sound, not to mention the performance, just can't be beat.
All right, thanks, Rod. So there you have it about the car. As far as this exhaust is concerned, it's right up there with everything that we admire so much from Stainless Works. You get the performance gains, you get the awesome sound, and of course the craftsmanship. This thing is built beautifully, and it was a simple installation, and part of the reason is because they use a multi-piece slip fit design. This is also good for our customers watching from overseas. Shipping this thing will be a lot easier because you don't have these really long lengths of tubes. It also allows them to, in a relatively economic sense, give you the option for different setups. Each of the components that's welded is TIG welded for strength. In fact, Stainless Works offers a lifetime warranty against manufacturer defects on this exhaust and their other components. This is huge. So to learn more about this and many of the other great parts we offer, including exhausts and so on, visit us at Steeda.com. Now we do a lot of cool things with our Mustangs. We try to get out and enjoy them as best as possible and ultimately build them to suit, well, the customer, whether you're drag racing, road racing, autocrossing, or it's simply a boulevard cruiser like this car. Again, don't be fooled though, this is a pretty serious car. The reality is it gets mileage, it gets use, and it puts a smile on Rod's face every time he drives it. Installation is really straightforward and no modifications are required to the car. That said, we definitely recommend professional installation. Although it's straightforward, it's definitely beneficial to have the car on a lift and even some additional hands when putting this thing together, because you really want to make sure that, especially with these beautiful quad tips on the back of it, that everything is perfectly aligned within the rear bumper valance. This is hugely important and really hard to do on your own. We know a lot of you are curious about exactly what went into Rod's Steeda Q500 build, so here's the short list. Obviously, the Stainless Works exhaust. He also threw some Belgian 20-inch wheels at it for, again, great looks, better handling, and of course Nitto G2 tires to handle, well, the Florida rain, as well as give him some more grip through some of the on and off ramps. And of course we've thrown our full Steeda Stop the Hop kit at the back of this car to reduce wheel hop and give him a better handling, more predictable car. For the suspension, he chose the Steeda Proactive struts and shocks and paired those with his favorite Sport Progressive springs. We know a lot of you love those springs as well, our best-selling springs to date. In addition, he did the Steeda Street Short Throw Shifter. Once again, it's not a race car, so he didn't need the extra tight gating, but definitely wanted the reduced throw and enjoys it every day with every shift, as again, you've seen. And finally, the cold air kit matched with, of course, the Steeda Tune. He loves this car, and as he should. We hope you did too. And as noted, Rod is very particular about how he sets his car up, but we know that you are as well. So let us know, has this been enough to push you over the top in picking one of these up? If not, what exhaust do you have in mind? Definitely comment below. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please click like and share it with some of the other enthusiasts that may be interested in this or the other pieces that we offer. And to see the latest and greatest things that we're doing to our Mustangs and other Ford vehicles, and again, the fun that we're having with them, the ways that we're building and the items that we're trying on them, definitely follow us on social media. Thank you for watching. Steeda, speed matters.